Gym goers of Reddit. What was the most dangerous thing you saw someone do at the gym? I've seen a bunch of stuff here, but one thing stands out. I was squatting one time and this skinny kid, maybe 120 pounds, gets into the rack next to me and immediately puts a 25-kilo plate on each side of the bar. Just looking at this kid, I wasn't expecting it to go well, and sure enough, he does about 10 quarter squats and racks it. Then he immediately throws on another 50 kilos, so he's now got about 265 pounds on the bar. Same thing as before, but now he's barely bending his knees. So he racks it, and then without missing a beat, throws on another 50 kilos. So if you're keeping score, this kid is maybe 120 pounds, 55 kilos. Untrained, he now has 170 kilograms, 375 pounds of weight on the bar. He unracks it before I can stop him, and just crumples. There's pins, but they're set all the way at the bottom. He somehow gets out from under the bar on the way down. Now, this is the part I remember most clearly. He gets out of the rack, he looks confused. He bends down and looks at the bar sideways as if to check if there's something wrong with it. And then, having just bailed out from under a barbell that is likely 3 times his body weight and almost stapled him, without removing any of the weight, he squats down, bends way over, gets under the bar where it sits on the pin at the lowest setting, and tries to squat the bar back up from the pin into the hooks. Obviously, it doesn't budge. He tries it again. It doesn't budge. So he just leaves it and walks off. Never saw him again. I've seen a variation of this where someone who thinks he is practicing for basketball gets close to 3 plates on either side of the bar on his back and jumps up and down. It looks pretty silly. I've also seen a lot of thumbless grip benching with no safeties or spotters, and people getting into some pretty bizarre positions with machines and cables, which they always slam down at the end. I've even seen people speed deadlifting over 3 plates wearing sandals. But no image is quite as vivid as the look on that one guy's face when he just couldn't understand why, with no training or experience, he was not able to squat close to 400 pounds from the pins set well below parallel, weighing $120. MMA BJJ Gym. Big dude walks in, signs the waiver, and starts training. He goes a little rough during drilling, but nothing dangerous. Sparring starts, and he partners up exclusively with smaller people and goes hard. Slamming is a no-no in practice and can be dangerous, especially for beginners. He thankfully doesn't injure anyone, but the coach has enough. As a slight aside, in BJJ there are kids' belts. You keep getting kids' belts until you're 16, but it's not uncommon for good 14, 15-year-old kids to train with adults. The highest kids' belts is green. The coach asks a 15-year-old green belt to spar with the new guy. Even though there's probably a 50 lb weight difference, the kid has been training since he was 5, won a bunch of big tournaments, and is overall an absolute beast. The kid proceeds to absolutely maul the new guy, probably 7 submissions in a 5-minute round. After the round, the guy crawls off the mat, gets his shit, and leaves never to be seen again. Someone left about 4 to 5 plate on the leg press machine, and immediately after this older gentleman hops on. He's objectively on the frailer side, and so me and another guy are just at the right place to see it start happening. Poor guy unracks the first stopper, and it immediately starts closing on him. Honestly, I don't remember if he yelled, but we both run in and pull sled off of him. In hindsight, that specific leg press has 2 levels of extension, so he could have just flipped the lever back and been fine, but I don't think he knew what he was doing at all, and we were too busy worrying his legs were gonna snap or something to realize that. Subscribe for more stories like this.